So, Falana, let's get to know the court ruling on this land case by Owode-Onirin people.
The last time we were in court, the court ordered the parties to maintain status quo. Unfortunately, Lasg and Lasg invaded Owode-Onirin, demolished the properties of our clients, beat up some of the mechanics, and injured them very badly. Some were arrested, about 12. Close to 100 vehicles were towed away. It was a lot of battle to get those who were detained released and the vehicles. In releasing the vehicles, Lasg imposed fines on the owners without any legal basis. So we're back in court today to report to the court the development between the Lasg government and today. But the lawyers for the mechanics, the local government, and the party that claim to have won a case, that claim to have executed judgment in respect of part of the land, were informed this morning that the Lagos State Governor has directed the Attorney General to call all the parties together and ensure that we engage in amicable resolution of the dispute. So we are going to ask for a date when the court sits this morning so that we can have time for the parties to engage in an amicable resolution. But as far as the mechanics are concerned, it was the Jakonde administration that gave the land Owode-Onirin to the mechanics when they were removed from the city. And they have been there since then. We have just been told now that the local government has, behind the mechanics, obtained a CFO in respect of the land. We have the letter of allocation that the land was allocated to the local government. So we are going to contact the state government to make necessary adjustment in respect of that CFO. It is the mechanics that are entitled to the CFO because the government gave them the land as part of the urban renewal program of the state government. So thank you very much.
But sir, we do according to intelligence, there ought to be some activities at the market over there by the other party. What's your own say to that?
No, as I said, some demolition took place, arrests were made, people were beaten up, people were injured. We are taking that up legally. But for now, the agreement of all the parties is that we should allow the government to intervene because the government believes that this matter can be resolved amicably. However, the status quo will have to be maintained in line with the orders of the court. Right?
Now, your own message to these beautiful people, members of Owode-Onirin?
No, to remain law-abiding and allow us to take advantage of the provisions of the law to resolve this matter. Egbomi? Ẹ fún aláyè. Torí ìjọba ti ní ká jókòó, ká sọ̀rọ̀, ká fòkùn lókun. Tẹ́ ń gbọ́, kálàáfíà lè wà l'Owode-Onirin, àlàáfíà dẹ̀ máa jọba ń bẹ̀. So ẹ̀yin náà, ẹ má fa wàhálà o. Táwọn kan bá fa wàhálà pẹ̀lú yín, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́. Òfin wà nílùú wa. Lábẹ́ òfin, a fojú wọn kan mọ̀ bó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ẹ ti gbọ́? Ẹ̀yin ẹ má jà. Ẹ má wọrí àníwọ̀n nílé yín mọ́. Àti ní kóníkálùkù jókòó síbi tó wà. Ṣé yẹ yín? Ìyẹn là ń pè ní status quo.
Yeah, we are here in solidarity with the traders of Owode-Onirin motor spare parts market. That the market was demolished by a land grabber in connection with some elements within the the Lagos state government. That's the Lasg. Yes, the issue is already in court. You know, when the matter is before the court, we'll be refrained from saying some certain things. But the most important thing is that the court should realize and must be aware of the incident that took place on the 19th. The last court sitting was on the 2nd of June. After the court sitting, when the court have ruled that status quo should remain, the land grabber, the Lagos state government, and their thugs invaded the market on the 19th to continue demolition and attack some traders. Many of them were injured, which is tantamount to contempt of court. So we are appealing to the presiding judge that he must not allow this to slide. This is a pure contempt of court. The perpetrator must not be allowed to go unpunished in order for us not to set a bad precedent for a case of this nature. Because if the perpetrator go unpunished, it means any other person will look at court ruling or matter in court as nothing has happened. So they must be made to understand that there's law in this land, there's rule of law, and we must obey the law. That is the reason why it is important for the court to penalize and punish the perpetrators of the June 19 demolition in Owode market. Failure to do so, it means that the power of court is being ridiculed, the position of law is being overruled. Then definitely the thuggery, those who perpetrate that thuggery act, we think it is a normal thing for them to do, and they will do worse. Other people will do worse. So that is why it's necessary for the court to look at this, the action of June 19, and take a proper step where they will bring every perpetrator to book.